Hello everyone, welcome back to Matty Reacts, the channel. We'll take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before, and we're going to do something a bit different for the channel. I don't really know why I haven't done it before. I've mentioned a few times, I think especially around the Until Dawn trailer for the film, that I'm a big gamer. I like to play games. I've got a Twitch channel and a gaming YouTube that I will link both in the description, and you should also see it popping up roughly now in a sort of lower third somewhere on the screen. But I've never really covered game trailers on this channel, and we've recently had the State of Play, the PlayStation State of Play, and with that comes a lot of trailers, basically. And rather than just do, because all the trailers are like a minute long, so rather than do individual videos that are like less than a few minutes long for each one, I thought I would just bundle a lot of them into one trailer, into one reaction, sorry. So we've got, I think, 5 or 6 trailers, just stuff that I thought sounded interesting. One very interesting, because the first one we're going to look at is Directive 8020, which is by Supermassive Games, who are the people who make Until Dawn, the Dark Pictures anthology, The Quarry, things like that. One game that I've played and really enjoyed, and 5 or 6 more games that I'm looking forward to playing at some point. And yeah, I just thought that's where we'll start, but there's a few others as well. Some that are games that I might be interested in, some that I have no idea what they are about, but we're gonna check them out and see if there's something that I like the look of anyway. So let's run the intro and check out the first one, which is Directive 8020. Okay, mix of gameplay. Okay, so it's in space then. That's some good...
Status report. Looks like it penetrated through there. We need to inspect the hull damage first.
Oh wow, look how beautiful this is.
Doesn't look too good either. What is that?
You feeling all right?
My body's going one way and my mind's going another. What is that?
Oh, this is gonna have some crazy quick time events.
It still doesn't feel real sometimes.
Never forget why you started.
Ooh.
Lord have mercy.
Do you think Williams knows
Life and
more
death
about
take many
this
forms,
substance than
yes.
he's letting on?
Oh, there's a substance,
You can't take any
right?
chances with him.
It can manipulate its physical appearance. It's changing its cellular structure. It's replicating the human form. It's replacing us.
Oh.
I know
Okay.
this will be difficult to hear. But
Fighting
if you're still
yourself.
out there, you deserve to
Literally
fight.
and metaphorically. Oh. Nice. That looks cool. Whoa. October the 2nd. That's not very long then. We'll jump back to cam only for a minute while we talk about that. That was quite interesting. I think part of the reason that I liked how Until Dawn worked, right, is because they were out in the middle of nowhere in a big lodge up the top of a mountain, and it was really snowy. It really was like there was a real chance that nobody could get to them in time to save them from what was happening. And I think really when you take it into a spaceship out in space, that's kind of the next step up from that, isn't it? Because literally the only people that can help you are the ones that are there with you. It's going to take months for anyone else to get up there, really, to help you out. And that makes the stakes so high. Thought the game looked really good in terms of literally looking really good. The graphics looked really nice. These games just get more and more realistic, more and more beautiful every time I see them, and the space scenes looked really nice. Really enjoyed that. In terms of what it is that we're against this time. It looks like there's some sort of substance that is killing and replacing the humans on the ship. I think that's always a good thing in games like this, because you know, in Until Dawn, again, I'm going to refer to it a lot. There was the scene where the Wendigo mimicked Jess, and if you chose to go and investigate the Jess voice that turned out to be the mimic, that was a death. So I think that lines up a load of choices in this game where you're not quite sure whether it's a human or not, which I think always makes it more difficult to keep everyone alive, which obviously is going to be the ultimate aim of this sort of game. It will be. I will definitely play this, and it will definitely be my aim in the game to keep everyone that is keepable, everyone that is keep aliveable, to keep them alive, because that's kind of the point. And there's definitely going to be some sort of achievement for that, or some sort of trophy for that. So yeah, that looks really interesting to me. But then the Dark Pictures stuff and the Supermassive stuff always does. I noticed that it's listed as a Dark Pictures game. But I don't think it was listed as part of the Dark Pictures anthology, so maybe they're not doing the anthology thing anymore, and it's just a game within the Dark Pictures universe. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, that was the first one. The next one we've actually got 2 trailers for. There's a game called Mind's Eye, which do we read the little blurb in the description? No, maybe we'll read it afterwards. But anyway, there's a story trailer which I'm sure will give us a bit of info on that anyway. But there's also a gameplay trailer, so they're a minute each. I thought we may as well watch both of them. So let's jump into it. Here's the story trailer.
Oh yeah, my memory's still a bit blurry. Remember this.
Diaz! Showtime!
Okay, that's Diaz then. Oh, throwable
Gaps
drone.
inside my head.
Satellite gives us a 10-minute window. You made it.
Okay, he's signing up to be in some sort of
That's
trial.
just leftover hardware. It's been decommissioned. What the hell is happening? All I know is that Silvercorp is a piece of my story.
Okay, so I'm going to guess, without reading anything about the game, I'm going to guess that he couldn't remember parts of his story, so he had something fitted to help him with his memory, but the company that fit the thing are the big evil, and they're repressing certain parts of his memory that they don't want him to know about. Something like that sounds about right.
I'll cover you. All this time you just wanted answers about the tech in your head? Are you kidding me? This thing has ruined my life.
You have no idea who you're dealing with. And what you did, you should have left you in the desert.
This looks kind of Grand Theft Auto-y. Kind of GTA 5-ish. But like more real, more futuristic, sorry.
You know what I have to do?
Nice.
This is the only way.
Ooh. Summer 2025. That's not long either. That's not long either. Let's take a look at the gameplay now. Okay. The Soul. This does look beautiful as well. Look at the lens flare on this.
It was an ambush. Do what you can. Do not lose her.
The explosions look really nice. Does that drone mark enemies for you?
Tires are
Oh, I
out.
hope it does. That'd be
Proceeding
cool.
on foot. I'm coming to you now.
Oh man.
The search and rescue bots. They're malfunctioning. They're attacking us.
Oh, and the bots that are supposed to help you. end up being the ones that shoot you. Very interesting. Now, this is a sort of game, I'm going to be terrible at this sort of game because shooter games aren't my sort of thing generally. I can't aim for anything. But that definitely looks interesting. The story looks fun. It doesn't look like everything will be shooting. So I might actually check it out depending on... I mean, games are expensive these days, so I suppose it depends on what money looks like. But yeah, it looks interesting enough that I would definitely wishlist it at least, and then we'll see where we are in the summer when it comes out. How interesting! I mean, that's a 2 for 2. I mean, I would play both of those games so far. So I guess that's a win for State of Play so far. I've always thought that the State of Plays are better than the Xbox ones. But then I am a PlayStation fanboy, so I'm kind of always going to think that, aren't I? Anyway, let's not start a war in the comments. So this is Hell Is Us, a release date trailer. This is just over a minute long as well, minute and a half. So let's see what this has got for us. Again, I have no idea what this is about. It looks like it maybe is a war game.
When the fury of emotions sparks the wildfire of violence.
It sounds like it too.
It dissolves our illusions and exposes the fragile structure of reality.
I have 1,000 questions. Why did you come back?
I stood in the home I was born in.
Oh, maybe
In that
not.
moment,
Or maybe it's like a
felt the
futuristic war.
connection.
I thought it was going to be like a historical war.
Where are my men?
They're gone.
Choose your
Oh.
next move wisely.
Is that a threat? Look at his chin.
What happened here?
This character looks cool with the like cloak on.
Lots of it.
And drones seem to be a bit of a theme.
You must continue.
Oh, can we like see the past maybe?
We've begun to uncover.
Oh, this is freaky looking. September the 4th. Okay. 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 Oh no. Oh no. My poor bank account is going to be wrecked this year. Again, another game that looks like it's got quite a bit of shooting in, but the stories look really good this year. Again, and it's another game that I would absolutely play if I can afford to. Come and subscribe to me on Twitch to pay for me to play these games. Yeah, I mean, these games they're looking really good. There's a lot of sci-fi influence this year at the State of Play by the looks of things. You know, these shooters look like they've got really cool elements to it. There was a lot of really freaky looking stuff in that trailer in particular. The guy with the chin and the faceless person just had the crater there. I'm really interested to know more about that because that was a release date trailer. It wasn't a storyline trailer, so I don't feel like we really know much about what's going on in that yet. There's obviously some sort of war, I suppose, in games. If you're in war against someone and it's a fighting or shooting game, that makes things easier to set up. Really interesting actually. So the next one, yeah, I guess this is something maybe I should know a bit more about, because this is the trailer for Borderlands 4. I think I played like the first 10 minutes of Borderlands 1 and I haven't played any of the rest, so I don't really know what the story is. I don't really know what I've been missing on. All I know is that people love the Borderlands series, not least because of the art style, but also because of the gameplay. So we're going to see what Borderlands 4 is bringing us. I guess we might get spoiled, but also it might make me want to go back and replay these games, so you know, it could be worth it. So yeah, let's jump back over and take a look at this one. I do like the sort of cartoony, cel-shaded style.
Wake up and I'm feeling like a I wake up feeling like a brand new. I wake up feeling like a brand new. You don't wanna try me. I'm on different timing. You don't wanna try me. I'm on different timing.
Lots of blood. Okay. Very colourful. Very futuristic. Break free. Another September game. Yeah, that looked pretty cool as well. I mean, it's not made me want to play the games anymore, so this might be one of the ones that I don't get to, but it's not that it looks like a bad game. I think I would just need to play the first 3 to get a handle on it. Maybe if I get around to playing the first 3, it'll be something I pick up eventually, but I don't think I'll play this one at launch. Like the other ones I've kind of wanted to play at launch. But this one looks more like it's just about the running and gunning. Not my sort of thing, generally. I suppose if it comes up like free on PlayStation Plus or whatever, I'll maybe take a look at it, but I don't know if I'd pay sort of 50-60 quid for a game like this. But it looked pretty cool. The style looks like it's still as good as ever. It looked like there was lots of interesting ways to kill people, which if you're into these sort of games, I suppose is a benefit. But yeah. Probably not one for my list, at least not straight away. Okay, what have we got next? We've got one called Darwin's Paradox next, which looks from the thumbnail like a bit more of a light-hearted one than the games we've looked at so far. Oh, what a cute little boy. I'm presuming. You food. Oh, it's like a platformer. Oh, that's cool. Is it like a chameleon octopus? Oh my god, this looks incredible. He squeaks. Oh, and it's a bit of a Frogger as well. Oh my god, this looks incredible. I'm not going to stop because we're nearly done, but I've got thoughts. That's this year as well. Oh my god. Oh my god. That also looks incredible. That reminds me of... That reminds me of it reminds me of the Oddworld stuff, like the setting, the sort of, it's a platformer at the front and then there's stuff going on in the background that can influence what you're doing. That kind of feels very Oddworldy to me, Abe's Odyssey and stuff like that, which obviously I played as a kid. You know, it was quite dark. This kind of has that same feel where it's light and fluffy and there's big squishy eyes and stuff, but there's like a dark story behind it. I think it could be really fun to play. It's another one that's coming out this year. Oh my god, my games list is just expanding exponentially. I don't know if I've mentioned this on this channel before, but I do have a bit of a problem with buying games and then not finding time to play them. I might have over 1,000 games in my Steam library, and I might have probably played less than 100 of them. I should really stop buying games until I finish the ones I've got. Less we say about that, the better. But that is something I've amassed over years. I haven't just gone out and dropped thousands of pounds on games, and I usually get a lot of them when they're free or cheap as well. Yeah, definitely something that I wasn't expecting that, but it looks really cool, and I think I would definitely pick that up. That's something I would definitely play on stream as well. Some of these games I might just play in my own time, because I don't know how well they would do on stream in terms of me not being very good at shooting. I don't know if that's something people would watch, but I think I could do a platformer, relative justice, and I think people would probably watch that. So yeah, that's definitely a good game to play by the looks of things. It looks really immersive. It looks like the Darwin might have the ability to blend in with his surrounding. Interesting to know what the paradox is, though, like Darwin's paradox. So I'll have to wait and see what that's like. But yes, let's move on to the next one, which is Sonic Racing Crossworlds announced trailer. I'm expecting this to be a bit like Mario Kart, Crash Team Racing, maybe that sort of vibe. I don't know what to expect really though. So let's take a look. Cool music so far. Yeah, this is just Mario Kart and Crash Team Racing, but in the Sonic universe. Has there been a game in the Sonic universe like this before? I haven't played it if there has been. Oh, well, you can select which worlds you go into. And maybe the race leader gets to decide that. That'd be a pretty cool thing to do. Was that a dragon fruit? Oh, looks like you change vehicles as well, maybe. Graphically, this looks pretty good as well. Look at that. Okay. Crossworlds. I suppose Crossworlds makes sense now. Closed network test on February 21st. Maybe I'll do that. I'll probably just do that in my own spare time though. Okay. I think a game like that is always going to stand or fall based on the power-ups and the abilities of the characters. I think, you know, a racing game based on a kid's franchise, essentially, they're all going to be roughly the same in terms of, you know, what you get out of it. You know, there's going to be a map, there's going to be so many people, you trying to hurt the other people so you can get into the lead. That's the basic, you know, start for 10. But I think, yeah, it's the power-ups and stuff that are going to make this. So, you know, people are used to things like, you know, blue shells and bullet bills and stuff, having particular ways of affecting stuff in front of you. And I think they will have to have stuff like this in this game. It's definitely one I'm going to keep an eye on. Again, probably not one I'll stream, but definitely one, if it's the right sort of price, I would love to play just for nostalgia's sake, because I played a lot of Crash Team Racing as a kid. Didn't play any Mario Kart because I didn't own the consoles to play Mario Kart. I didn't really have the Nintendo consoles apart from the Game Boys until I was a lot older. And I've just never bought it for, like, I've got the Switch. I've never bought it for the Switch because Nintendo games hold their value for far too long. So, you know, Mario Kart is still a full price game despite being out for years at this point on the Switch. I get why Nintendo do it. They want to maximize the money, but at the same time, like, it's going to put people off buying the game. If, you know, I'm not going to buy Mario Kart now after it's been out for years at 40, 50, 60 quid. But if it was down at 10, 15, maybe I would. It's kind of diminishing returns at this point, isn't it? But it's their choice. I'm not gonna judge them. I am gonna judge them. But I understand why they make the decision. So it'll be interesting to see what price that comes out as. It feels like the sort of thing that might, I mean, if they're willing to play test it, I presume for free, maybe the price isn't that much, or maybe it's going to be free to play and driven by loot boxes and cosmetics, which I never buy anyway, so that's absolutely fine by me if they do it that way. I'll keep an eye on it. Who knows? And then the last one Oh, stop. I haven't said press play yet. The next one is new gen features trailer for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now it says captured on PC, which is fun because that's not a new gen. That's just PC. But I presume that this the stuff in this trailer are things that you can do on the PS5 and most recent Xbox series, and probably on PC as well, but maybe not on that. I presume it's also going to be released on PS4 and the slightly older Xboxes. Maybe. Who knows? Either way, I think it'll be really interesting to see what features they're going to put in. So let's head back over and watch this one.
How can we build a land of peace on the backs of 1,000 dead?
You'll have to kill
Does look
them
good though.
all. Do you understand?
Ooh, brutal. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, are you going to show us some features rather than just landscapes? Customize your experience. Okay, you can change buttons. Language mode and immersive. New generation of Anvil engine. Okay. Dynamic seasons. Okay. What do you mean by dynamic? Unique. Oh, okay. So the weather changes what you can do in the environment. Okay, that's interesting. And destructible environments. Okay. Wind and environmental particles. Okay. I mean, virtualized geometry.
Fight for what is right.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool.
Together, we will be unstoppable.
March 20th. That's not long at all. Now, okay, that looks pretty cool as well. I mean, I haven't actually played an Assassin's Creed game in a little while, but I do like stealth games, so I'm very interested in it. And I think the setting, the setting of Japan, is a very interesting one. And obviously, there's a lot of fighting styles that come out of Japan, including, presumably this is based on samurai, and it just looks really nice. It just looks really nice, and I'm interested in this sort of game. So, and I think if I'm not wrong, they're moving the Assassin's Creed to a single game with expansions moving forward. Maybe you probably have to pay like DLC prices, but what I mean is I think it will the game will act like a launcher. So you can get to every game you've bought through one, kind of how Hitman have done it, with Hitman World of Assassination being like 1, 2, 3, etc. I presume other future games in the Hitman series will also go to World of Assassination as kind of like add-ons rather than standalone games, which is a pretty cool way of doing it. I've also noticed that the Jackbox series have recently released a launcher that pulls all of their Jackbox party packs into one launcher as well. So I guess it's kind of the thing to do now, which makes sense. You know, you've only got to remember to go to one place to play these games. So yeah, I really enjoyed that trailer. I thought it looked cool. I was worried for a second they weren't going to actually show any features. The features they did show, I mean, it was a bit of customization. It was some new engine stuff. I wouldn't necessarily call them features as such, but I suppose there's only so many things you can do even with the new gen stuff. So it looks pretty cool either way. So definitely one to go on the list. I would play any of the games that we've watched the trailer for today. There's some that I would play less of, like Borderlands. I would have to get it pretty cheap, or it have to be included on PlayStation Plus or something like that. But the rest of them, you know, if I have the money, I would pay to play. Basically, I'm very much looking forward to the games this year. if you do want to see me play some of these games, head on over to my Twitch. It's twitch.tv/itsmatty. Again, link in the description, and probably another thing on the screen around about here telling you now. Come and follow me. We're on the road to 400 followers over there, and I love to have people to chat to while I play these games. So fingers crossed some of these games make their way onto the channel some point this year. But yeah, thank you very much for stopping by, and I'll see you again in another reaction video very soon.